Hey, hello everyone, how are you all today? So, welcome back to one more episode of revision. And in the last class, we were able to complete what do we mean by teaching aptitude. After that, we also completed basic requirements of teaching, characteristics of teaching, levels of teaching, as well as Bloom taxonomy. We also discussed about various methods of teaching, and then we have completed factors affecting teaching, Delcone's model, as well as teaching aids and teaching tools. And the last thing we did was teaching aids, and we started evaluation, like what do you understand by the term evaluation. Now, in today's video, what we are going to do is we are going to start with Giggins-9 model. We'll try to understand what Giggins-9 model is. Then we'll also be doing various types of assessment. So evaluation or assessment refers to where a teacher takes test of a student or the institute takes the test of the students to understand that how much the student has understood. Is there any confusion which needs to be resolved, or is there any problems which are need to be solved? Okay, so here types of evaluation has various different you can say ways or various types. So we will be learning around eight different types of evaluation. So the first one is formative assessment and summative assessment. Many of the previous year questions ask this particular question, to be very frank. So make sure you remember what formative and what summative assessment is. Formative assessment is like your unit test or your regular test, surprise test, which is done on regular basis, on occurring basis, so that once you make the student understand something, then you are just going to check him. Did he understand that or not? Did he get the idea or not? Is everything okay? Like, to find all these things, we go for formative assessment. So the basic characteristics of formative assessment are: formative assessment is regular in nature. This is the first thing. The second thing is it takes place regularly, like it occurs usually at various points of time. Sorry about the sound. And then it is basically to understand that the student has understood or not, or there are any problems during the teaching or the learning process. This is the basic objective. But as opposed to formative assessment, summative assessment is something done when the entire course curriculum is completed, like your final examinations, your midterm exam. I could not say your midterm examination, but your boards, your pre-boards, your final examinations are one of those examinations that are summative assessment. Why are they called summative assessment? Because once you have completed the entire course, then what happens is we try to, as a teacher or as institute, we try to understand, did you get the gist or not? The difference between formative and summative is, formative is regular in nature. I could write it here, it is regular in nature. Summative is not regular, it happens only once in a year, we can say that. First difference. Second difference is, formative is to get the level of understanding, how much the student has understood, whereas in summative assessment we try to evaluate the learner's capability. Like if I have taken 10 unit tests of a child and then I have taken a summative evaluation, now we are not trying here to understand the student has understood or not. No, we are here trying to understand that the student is able to replicate the results or not. What is the capability of the learner? Is the learner sharp? Is the learner slow? How the learner is dealing with everything, all that. So if I'm going to discuss about that, that means I'm talking about summative assessment. So summative assessment usually happens at the end of the course, whereas formative is during the course. So make sure you understand the difference between the two. If there are any confusions, please do mention or do let me know so that I can come back to this particular topic. The next one is placement evaluation. Placement evaluation is just like entrance exams. Placement evaluation are to place you at a particular place, at a particular organization, I could say, or a particular seat, something like that. Like we have medical examination, pre-medical examination, then we have CPT for CA examinations. So if you want to enroll to CA, you have to clear your CPT examinations, then only you can enroll to that course. So placement evaluation helps the learner to get the background information that, okay, if I'm doing this particular course, I should be well reversed with these particular topics. I should know like if I'm going to apply for MBA, Masters of Business Administration, then I should know certain basic subjects like what is quantitative aptitude, what's accounts, what is business, and all these basic things. I should be well versed with these topics so that during the class I don't find it very difficult because my basics are very, very clear. So here placement evaluation refers to evaluating a student only and only to place that student at a particular class or in a particular examination or in the next examination. So entrance exam could be the best example of placement evaluation. Now let's go to diagnostic evaluation. Diagnostic evaluation is to find out is there any problem in the learning process. The best example could be Tare Zameen Par, if you have seen this movie. If you have seen this movie, the main character Ishan Awasthi has a problem. He is dyslexic and is not able to learn properly. That is his problem in learning. And because of normal routine Indian culture, they feel like the child is not interested in studies and the child is like dumb or something. But it's not like that. So when we trying to find out what is the problem with the student, why is there a learning problem with the student, then that is called diagnostic evaluation. It can happen anytime. We cannot specifically say that it will happen before the course, during the course, after the course. No, it can happen anytime. So if I make one more differentiation between formative assessment, summative assessment, placement evaluation and diagnostic assessment. So formative assessment is during the course. So during the course you can take formative evaluation. A summative assessment is after the course, after you have completed the entire course, you can take a summative evaluation. Placement is before you start the course. So that is why we are taking entrance exam. So if the child fails to give the entrance exam, then we'll not enroll him into the course. Okay. And diagnostic evaluation can happen anytime. It can happen during, it can happen before, it can happen after. Okay. The next is a continuous evaluation, continuous assessment. Now there is a good trick to understand continuous and comprehensive. Formative assessment is just like same to continuous assessment, and summative assessment is same as comprehensive assessment. So these both are same. So what is the difference? There is a difference of grading system. In formative assessment, we can give numbers, percentages, pure numbers, anything. But continuous comprehensive assessment is adapted by CBSE systems so that there is less number of pressure on students, because as you can see in recent times, many of the students, they strive for 90%, 99%, 99.8%. So there is only a point difference, and with that point difference, there is big competition as well as challenges, as well as the students are very much stressed and depressed also. There are many cases of students attempting suicide only because their marks were a bit low. So to reduce this thing, they have introduced a grading system whereby all the people who get 90 or above 90 will be graded A. So what happens is, even if I get 90 or if I get 98% or 99%, I'll be falling in the A category. So it reduces the pressure of the students but helps them to prepare for the examination in a better manner. So a continuous assessment is just like formative assessment. The difference between continuous and formative is formative can be in pure numbers or percentages, whereas continuous assessment deals with the grading system. The same with the summative and comprehensive. Summative also gives in pure numbers or in percentages, whereas comprehensive is during at the end of the course, and once when the end of the course the evaluation is done, they are graded, they are not given numbers. Okay. The next is criterion evaluation. This is a very simple. Criterion and norm are completely opposite to each other, so make sure you refer the notes to understand this in a better manner, because it might be a case that you are not able to see the entire slide because of me or my video. Okay. Now, criterion evaluation. If I talk about criterion evaluation, there is a particular criteria set. Like if you get more than 40% or if you get more than 50%, you're passed. That is criterion evaluation, just like your 10th examination, 12th examination, BCom examination. So you have a particular criteria set. If you are in that particular set criteria, you'll pass, or if you are less in that criteria or you don't fall in that particular criteria, you'll fail. That is very simple. But if I talk about norm evaluation, is completely opposite. Reason being, here two students are compared with each other, and the student who gets the higher score will be selected. This is done only because there are limited number of seats in the next step of the evaluation. That is why it is done. Like your NET examination or any kind of IIT, JEE examination, UPSC examinations could be the examples of norm evaluation. Because there are limited number of seats, what they do is they take the exam and then cutoff is released. Only on the basis of cutoff you will be able to understand that you have cleared the examination or not. Sometimes it happens like you have got 60% but still you did not make the cut, only because your cutoff was low as compared to the actual cutoff which was given. Whereas in criterion evaluation, even I get 80% or the other person gets 40%, we both are considered pass, because that is the criterion evaluation going on. So that is the main difference. If you don't understand the difference, make sure you mention that. Okay, now moving forward, that the same content is in Hindi. MOOC, Swayam, Swayamprabha, these are very beautiful topics and you should be well versed with that. But before understanding all this, let's go to online and offline teaching. I think you might have experienced both in your life, because in schools we had offline teaching and right now we have online teaching. Right now this is also an online teaching method. Okay, so offline teaching, there are various advantages, disadvantages. I'll quickly go through all those and you can just refer it in the slides. Okay, the best advantage of offline learning is there is a quick feedback, there is personal attention to every student, and a student is able to attend it with more caution, more you can say focus, and everything is very organized in nature. So that is the benefit. The you can say drawbacks of offline teaching is it takes time, it takes efforts, it is more costly because you have to travel, commutation timing is also consumed. You cannot continue your profession with that. It's not adaptable, it's not very flexible, it's very rigid, and you don't have many options as a teacher. Like if there is a particular teacher for maths, you'll get only that teacher, you cannot switch teachers. Whereas if I talk about online teaching, the basic advantages of online teaching are same of disadvantages of offline methods. Like we have adaptability here, we have flexibility, you can watch these videos anytime you want, you can come online, you can watch the videos at your home or whenever you feel free. There is no fixed schedule, there is no rigid schedule. So that are the advantages. Time is saved, money is saved, all these things. Whereas if I talk about disadvantages, there is no two-way communication. Sometimes there is no two-way communication and there is no quick response. You have to be very dedicated yourself for that particular course or something. You are not going to get motivated every day. You will be in isolation, and you'll get a lot number of options for the teacher, as well as it also creates overload of information and confusion. So these were the advantages, disadvantages. I have quickly just gone through it. You can go through the list. It's very, very simple. Now if I go to MOOC, Swayam, Swayamprabha, these are variously asked previous year questions from this particular slide. So make sure you remember all the slides in a very efficient manner so that you don't miss out on anything. The first thing is MOOC. MOOC is an online platform which provides massive open online courses for students free of cost. So they can it can range from various activities. Like there could be various websites who are providing free of cost content for you. So that is called MOOC. MOOC, the full form is asked massive open online courses. It is free courses available online through various platforms. It can be a website, it can be a YouTube channel, it can be anything. So don't think that MOOC is just restricted to something. No, it includes all those websites, all those online platforms that helps you learn something free of cost. The next one is Swayam. Swayam is initiated by the government of India in the year 2017. The full form is asked once, that is study web of active learning for young aspiring minds. That's the full form, you can see. It was started in the year 2017. It was launched by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, as well as it is based on three basic principles, that is quality, access, quality and equality. So here equity refers to equality. So what happens here is you have a website, and on that website there are various lectures available. You can enroll to those lectures, and once enrolling to that lectures, you can give the exams, MCQs and all that, and you can even get certified from SWAYAM, which is valid in various universities. So if anybody of you are interested in certifications, go get certification from SWAYAM, because it is more valid and more respected as compared to other online certificates. Second thing, SWAYAM is an online platform. So if you have mobile or desktop or any electronic device from where you can access the internet, you can watch SWAYAM. It includes various tutors or various assistant professors from various universities who would be teaching various lectures for higher education studies. So it is one of the good platforms. You should go and check it out. The next one is SWAYAM Prabha. This was basically made to come up to reduce the digital gap between the poor and the rich. How so? Many of the people in India, they don't have money enough to buy food. So where will they get money to buy a smartphone or a laptop or a desktop and internet connection? So considering that particular fact, what they did was they provided 32 DTH channels initially. DTH means direct to home. So they provided 32 educational DTH channels to all the people. Any person who has an access to TV will be able to watch all these 32 DTH channels, which were increased to 2. So right now, if I talk about today, we have 34 DTH channels, but initially SWAYAM Prabha had 32 DTH channels. It is it goes based on 24/7. It means 24 hours in 7 days the content is there. In every channel, the new content is for 4 hours. That new content is repeated 5 times. So 4 hours of content, if repeated 5 times, it is 20, and 4 hours the new content was there, right? So it is 4, so it is 24 hours. Okay. And Infibeam maintain its portal. It is uplinked from BSAN Gandhinagar, and everything is there given here. GSAT 15 satellite is there, which actually broadcasts everything. So this is the entire details about SWAYAM Prabha. Make sure you remember every point of it, because they can ask anything. They can ask which satellite was it, where is the information put, who maintains the web portal, for how many hours the new content is there, currently how many channels are there, initially how many channels were there. So you need to remember everything. Okay, so this was it. In the next video, we'll be discussing about the process of teaching and other aspects of teaching which are asked in the previous year questions. Okay, bye everyone, take care.